What we're looking at here is a list of the countries that went to this website during a 1 month period. And what we want to do is analyze the people who came just from the target market, who got to certain pages and got to another part of the website or didn't get to that part of the website. Now, they serve mainly the UK, and you can see that they've got a lot of traffic. In this case, it's bot traffic that's just junk. And so they don't want to include that in any of the analysis they do. So if we looked at their overall traffic, it would be quite a big number. But what we want to do is have a look at things like certain pages. And let's say they're interested in people who get to a particular part of their website, like this one. And we look at that data. And what it's doing is it's telling us or implying that we've had 839 visits to that part of the website. But we can immediately see straight away some of this is junk traffic that is no value at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to use filtering to first of all eliminate the people from these other countries and then go further into it. So we go to advanced filters and we look at that month. The first thing we do is we identify the country, and we're interested in the UK. Let's say we're interested in France as well. Let's do that. So we're interested in 2 countries. We want to include those, which puts them in here. And now we're interested in the people who've got to a page, they visited a page that had this in the URL. And they want that specific page there. And then we run it. And this gives us a much smaller number, 115 from the UK or France, who during their journey on the website, they got to that section of the website, Bollard Lights. And what we can now do is think further, because if people get to that section of the website, I'll just bring up a page of that to show you. If they get to that section, then ideally they're getting down to subsections and individual products. And when they get to individual products, the URLs change to be /product. So what we're going to do is we're just going to borrow that, go back here, and we're going to see of the 115, how many of those got to a product page. So we go back to the filters here and we say, and page visited is also anything that's got product in it. And we set that and include, add the filter. So it's now saying UK or France only. They got to the Bollard Lights page and they got to the product page. And we're going to see how many of the 115 got that far. And it gives us 48. So you can see this one, for example, got to that page and they got to an individual product page as part of their journey. And the point of doing this is that you can look at each individual visitor and start to get a feel for how they're interacting with the website. So this person spent 15 seconds on that page and went to a product page, but didn't go any further. And this one did some searching once they got that far. So when you see this data, it's useful to just absorb what the customer or potential customer is doing. So 48 out of 115 did get as far as the actual product pages. That's just under 42%. That means the majority didn't. And so you can use filtering in other ways. You can go back to these filters and adjust it slightly to still say UK and France, got to Bollard Lights, and we're now going to exclude product. So what this is going to do is show us those people who didn't get as far as a product page after looking at the bollards. And what we get is they will get the reverse view of data. And these are the ones we should be more concerned about because they're not getting far enough down into the website structure. And you've got those here. Here's the 67. So in this case, yeah, there's people who are coming in from things like Google Ads and they're not getting far enough to look at individual products. There's other people coming in And all these are factors that need to be considered. Now you can go further with this. You can see this information and you can see dates and times of visitors. And you could then use systems like Microsoft Clarity, for example, which will then let you look at the visitors on those dates and times if they're tracked and actually see the video run through. So apart from seeing just a step-by-step view here, you can actually see how they move through each individual page as they're going for the website. And that could often uncover useful thoughts about how people are or aren't engaging with the website. And then you can make changes that will benefit you in the future. So that's a very quick run through countries, and it's effectively through using filters and putting things in that you want or you don't want, and you want to analyze and go into a lot more depth than you can with something like Google Analytics, which just doesn't let you go to that level.